Pryor Learning Solutions has an existing library of microlessons on a broad range of business skills, such as project management, customer service, Microsoft Office, and workplace safety. They partnered with Artisan Learning to explore different and new ways to approach this content. As a result, we created a set of courses and resources that were not only loved by learners, but received a bronze award in microlearning at Training Magazine's Learning Design Challenge. Pryor's customers told them very clearly that they like shorter nuggets of content. It can be challenging, however, for instructional designers to fit everything they need to do into 5 to 7 minute chunks. If you're not careful, the lessons can end up mostly teaching, leaving little room for learners to practice the skills being taught or apply the skills to their own situations. So, Pryor and Artisan's goal was to create a set of microlessons that focus heavily on those two elements: practice and application. Here are a few examples of the types of content created. Apply It tools. It's great when your target audience learns a new skill, but it's even better when they use it. Knowledge transfer doesn't have to happen after the training opportunity. It can happen during it, such as with this activity where students practice using the paired comparison technique for prioritizing. They understand how it works and see the benefits firsthand by trying it themselves with their own task list, rather than listening to a lesson about it. And in many cases, these Apply It tools become performance support tools that learners can use over and over again, whenever they need it. Sometimes the Apply It tools are interactive like this one, and sometimes they are a simple document, such as this one, where learners evaluate their time management challenges and then identify specific actions they can take to overcome them. Skills and drills. With these microlessons, the teaching has a laser focus on one very specific skill, such as this one on using numbers in a sentence. Rather than adding on lots of rules, the rest of the lesson gives the learner a chance to practice the new skill until they've mastered it. In 5 to 7 minutes, mastery of one rule is more valuable than exposure to 10 rules that they won't remember tomorrow. Branching scenarios. In these simulations, learners get to try out a very specific behavior, as in this scenario on how to coach employees into coming up with their own solutions. Learners spend most of their time thinking about and deciding how they would act in a situation, with a few key teaching points to support them along the way. Games. The games are designed for information that you really want to commit to memory, such as this game on Microsoft Excel keyboard shortcuts. You can find lots of lessons on Microsoft Excel, including lessons on keyboard shortcuts. But keyboard shortcuts don't save you any time unless you can remember them quickly. So this game focuses on helping learners remember the shortcuts, and even includes memory tips to help with long-term retention. Tools and templates. Sometimes a new technique or process doesn't need much teaching at all if you have the right tool or template at your fingertips, such as this flowchart infographic to help learners decide if they need a meeting. This flowchart provides just enough information to help learners think about their meetings differently without even the need for a full lesson. In all of these examples, the formal teaching part is kept to a minimum, with the focus on giving learners a chance to try techniques out on their own and even apply them to their own lives immediately before even leaving the course. These modular microlessons that Pryor calls skill builders are used as part of larger learning and development strategies. Many will become part of a series. For example, this tool that helps you calculate how much a meeting costs can be incorporated into a 6-item series on meeting management. Many will also become part of a larger learning path. In fact, roughly 60% of customer-created learning paths contain at least one skill builder. For example, this branching scenario on giving feedback to employees might be incorporated as part of a longer curriculum for new managers. All microlessons, whether part of a series, part of a learning path, or a standalone item, are tracked in Pryor's learning management system. But the real test of any learning comes when people take the courses. So, how are Pryor's clients responding to these lessons? Very well, in fact. In the first 90 days they were available, they had over 8,000 course completions. This is the highest completion ratio of any other learning format, boasting 86%. These skill builders are now among Pryor's top learning offerings. The answer is clear. Microlessons that zero in on practice and application are a success as recognized by both learners and the e-learning industry.